Hey everyone, I'm Adarsh, and this is why Vyse is going to be your best agent on Summit in 60 seconds. Now,
Retrieving thorn trap.
these first two lineups are just going to help you stall out the mains. So if you line up in this corner, you aim the tip of your arrow right in here.
Launching
Throw.
thorns.
Covers A main perfectly. I'm going to pop that later. For B, you're going to line up here. You aim the tip of your the solid dot with the corner of that rectangle pattern thing.
Launching thorns.
Aim that. Lands perfectly be man. Now if we end
No more
the game
theory.
phase,
Thorns activated.
this will stall anyone coming in to B main for 6.5 seconds, however long Vyse's duration is. And this is going to stall, giving your team some precious time to rotate and potentially fast flood the site if they're coming in hot at the beginning of the round. All the stall on this especially wide map is going to be super important to get. Know those two lineups and then use your wall elsewhere. So for example, pretend you throw those two lineups at the beginning of the round. You know that they're probably going A since they've gone A basically every round. You can just throw your wall here. But yeah, you can throw your flash here. Flash them, peek, get your kills. If you want, you can wall them in. You can have your flash up here, or you can even have your flash up here. Crouch behind this box. Flash. Make sure you don't peek before you flash like I did, but you get the idea. What if you want something different? Pretend you want a full setup on A at the beginning of the round. You place a thorn right about here, which is where the lineup landed, if you just want to throw that at the beginning of the round. You can throw one heading to sight, since oftentimes when duelists or neon run in, they'll try to go direct from the site and you can stall them out, and you can put your flash here. Basically, off this flash, you should be able to get some that are heading into sight or stuck here who are flashed, and the wall should provide cover so that the rest of the teammates cannot trade. Afterwards, you can dip out to A link. If you want one for A link, pretend you know that they're putting a lot of pressure mid. Wall right here. You can put a flash. Now that looks good. Put a flash right up there, and when they walk in, pretend you hear them, the wall triggers. They won't see the flash because it's in such a hidden spot, and you should be able to peek if you're standing in this corner. You're standing in this corner, they hit the wall, you flash, you get a free pick. Make sure that this wall isn't like too deep. So for example, you want to line with here. Maybe I put it a bit deep, but I think it's fine since you should be able to swing pretty quickly and get out. But yeah, make sure that you put the wall close to you so that when they try to jump peek, you can either punish them, because if you know they're trying to trigger the wall by just like doing stuff like this, you can try holding their jump peek, or they won't notice, they'll be in already and you will flash the hell out of them. For mid, it's honestly better off, for example, if you're playing mid and you're worried that they're gonna come through here, first of all, close this door so that they don't have as many lanes. They can only come through this market area. And secondly, you can just anchor the B site and let your teammates deal with it on the rotate. I'm gonna be honest. A setup for B site that I personally like, you put a thorns here for the entry. You put a thorns here for the scale up. You put your flash, like, yeah, you put your flash up here. Basically, when they come out, thorn flash. You should have some cover from main, and you can punish anyone who's up here or who's peeking here from backside. That's the main part for defense. I just want to go through quick. I know y'all are trying to get some defense setups, but now let's move on to attack. Now attack is where I think Vyse actually thrives. That rhymed. Let's go over walls and stuff first. Mostly you're gonna be wanting to wall flank. So for example, if your team is full execing onto A, then you wall this if you're going with them. Pretend your team is full execing onto B and you are lurking in mid. Where do you wall? It's the same thing. Since you are kind of holding the rotates mid/B, you're technically holding the flank B. So if you hold your flank, then everything is covered. Since you have this, and this. Same thing with B. So if your team is full execing B, you can just wall off
Wall
this. If your team is full executing onto A and you're lurking B, then you wall the same thing. You just wall this. Keep the walls simple. The main thing I want to go over are the lineups that you can do with Vyse. So for example, if you're helping your team full exec onto A, if you line
There.
up in between these two flowers, for the first lineup, you're going to want to aim
There.
the bottom of your throwing HUD icon with this corner, and you throw.
Rip and tear.
The second one, you're going to line up this dot with the one with that corner you can see right there.
Rip and tear.
And if you go over to see what this does, pretend your team is full executing onto site, and you're worried that, hey, someone from A-Link, for example, maybe like a Phoenix who might be ulting out, or like a Jet who might be taking a quick swing and trying to dash away, is going to try to flood. You can
Drones are
pop this
live.
once you hear, hey, there's someone A-Link.
There.
They can't try to get the quick kill and get out, and anyone who's stuck behind here, this green
There.
box, is stuck, and you're able to clear them out if you break this door.
There.
You should be able to full clear site. Same thing with this one. Anyone who's stuck playing site will not be able to get out, and you'll be able to kill them for free, hopefully.
Thorns
So if
activated.
you pop this, they can't go back into cave without getting super damaged. They might be able to hide
There.
here, but hopefully your team will be scaling out the other side of site. Now for B, it's going to be incredibly similar. So you want to make sure that, hey, when we're flooding out and trying to take control of this full site, we want to make sure that they can't flood from here. They cannot flood from here. So if you line up with this,
There.
like the center of like this little anchor thing here, for the first one, we're going to line up the dot in our throwing icon with
There.
this point right here in between like the framework and the other piece of the framework. I'm not sure how to describe it.
Rip and tear.
So that for one. And number two, you're going to align the top of the flower, the rose thorn flower, with the edge where the light meets the bottom of the lantern.
Launching thorns.
And as we can see, one
Thorns
pops right
activated.
here. So if anyone's trying to like flood out and trying to get a quick pick and then maybe disappear,
Thorns
pop this,
activated.
and anyone who's stuck
There.
back sight is kind of stuck.
Thorns
Same
are
thing here.
live.
Anyone who's trying to flood out from CT is stuck. They can't even get to heaven. Finally, let's go to mid. Now mid is going to be a pretty simple one. It's more of a supportive lineup. But basically, if you line up
There.
with this line right here,
There.
see the bottom of that little trapezoid right there? You line up the diamond of the throwing HUD icon.
Rip and tear.
Throw, basically, if there's someone peeking from this area of bottom mid, you pop
Thorns
this.
are live.
And anyone
There.
who's peeking here cannot retreat. So they're either stuck in their fight or your teammate gets this angle for free, maybe punishes anyone who tries to peek afterwards. A bit more of a supportive one, because if you really want to try to like use it yourself, it's going to be a bit difficult. For example, let's try it myself. Here.
Rip and tear.
So first of all, you would need bottom
There.
smoked. You run up here,
Thorns are live.
pop it. Now, I don't know about you, but not only will they hear you running up, but also this just seems super inconvenient. So probably just use it to help support your teammates if they want to take a fight towards this cat area. That's all I have for now. A bit of a shorter video from me, but I'm trying to get back in the groove of things, so shorter video it is. If you made it this far, make sure to leave a like. Have a good day.